Hi, everyone. I'm Sabrina Dami. This is your 13 Now afternoon update on this Thursday, December 1st. And we begin with some news we've been following very closely, the search for a teenager missing in Schenectady, Samantha Humphrey. Let's go to Dan Levy. He joins us right now. He's been covering this. And Dan, I understand you just spoke with Samantha's mother. Dan, I think we're actually having a tough time hearing you, unfortunately. We see you.
Is that better, Sabrina?
We have you now. Yes, Dan. Go ahead once again.
Yeah, I had a conversation with Samantha's mother a little while ago. She is just so distraught. It's very difficult to look at somebody who is that emotionally distraught. But look, nobody knows what it's like to be in a mother's shoes. She did give me some interesting information. After her daughter went missing last Friday night, she had her son contact friends to find out what may have happened. One of the friends that young man called was an ex-boyfriend. According to the mother, the ex-boyfriend told her son that, yes, he was at the Riverside Park with the daughter. That's where I am right now, by the way. I'm at Riverside Park as a state police boat continues to search underneath the railroad bridge just to my right here. At any rate, the young man, the ex-boyfriend here, the mother went on to say that she's not supposed to hang out with that ex-boyfriend, and he's not supposed to be over here because she says he is not a particularly good kid. And I asked her, what do you think happened here down at the park? She said, well, according to what that ex-boyfriend told my son, they got into a physical altercation, and my daughter apparently bit that young man, but that young man says he left the park. We know that police have been on this for now, this is their sixth day of the investigation, and that's where things stand. No one has seen or heard from Samantha since that altercation 6 nights ago, and many people here are very, very concerned about it.
Dan, we thank you for joining us. I know that the signal is a little going in and out, but we did hear you say you spoke with her mother. She's obviously very distraught. And the talk of this ex-boyfriend, again, to remind everyone, these are 14-year-olds we're talking about here. Samantha, 14 years old. This has been going on for days. So we thank you, Dan, for giving us an update. And I know we're going to have much more from you coming up live at 4. We'll talk to you then, Dan. Let's get you updated on another case. We've been following this for quite some time, the case of Destiny Green, a teenager killed in Albany. And Stella Porter has been in touch with her family. And Stella is here right now in the 13 Now studio. And they started a foundation now, Stella?
They did, Sabrina. They tell me that if they can bring some small comfort to themselves, knowing that Destiny's legacy is going to be helping other children, other teens who are really interested in what Destiny was interested in, that's going to help them in their healing process. So they started the My Destiny Scholarship Foundation, and this is going to bring scholarships for children who are interested in studying aesthetics after high school, and eventually becoming a dermatologist like Destiny wanted to be. So just helping kids get that career and get their footing off the ground in her memory is something that they're really hoping to do. And we've been telling you about this case for more than a year now. Destiny was shot and killed in what police have called a botched robbery, a social media transaction gone wrong. She was not the intended target in that shooting, according to police. And so family have just been grappling with how to memorialize her and remember her in a shooting that just feels so senseless to her family.
Just absolutely tragic. It rocked the Albany area when it happened. And I know there was a plea deal recently in this case, and this is something that the family has spoken with you about as well.
Yes, that's something that they're sharing with me today. There was a plea deal for 20-year-old Brandon Rivera, who has pleaded guilty to attempted murder in this case. And just in speaking with lawyers, we know that plea deals are often the best that the DA's office believes it can get. And her family says the DA's office has been professional throughout the whole process of this case, as difficult as it is for them. But they say that doesn't take away how much it stings that this person is being convicted of attempted murder and will serve time for that when Destiny's gone forever. And she was murdered, and she won't be coming back to them. So they tell me a little bit about the pain of that for my story tonight.
An interview you will see only on 13 with Stella Porter, starting live at 4. Stella, thanks so much for taking some time to chat with us.
Thank you.
All right, let's get to something we have all been noticing, this windy weather. Paul, I made the mistake of getting balloons today for one of our coworkers, one of our photographers, Alex, and bad day to try and cram balloons into the car.
At least there weren't enough of them to bring you away. I mean, that could have been a problem there, right? Yeah,
Like the movie Up,
I
right?
hear you, but it's always the thought that counts, right? You're like the postal service, right? You're going to deliver regardless. But yeah, those winds have been gusting over 30, over 40 miles per hour, Sabrina. In some cases, even today, even since midnight, we've seen wind gusts of over 50 miles per hour. Let's have a look at it here on Max 2. If you have that graphic, there it is. We can see the wind gusts in spots. Schenectady 53. Look at Pittsfield 52. It gusted to 51 at Amsterdam. Not too shabby in Bennington and Saratoga Springs with wind gusts over 40 miles per hour. And that's actually leading to some power outages. We don't see the numbers that we saw late yesterday when we had 50 to 60 mile per hour gusts, but still more than and almost 2,000 customers without power as of the top of the hour. Bennington leading the way with the 870 customers without power. You can see Schoharie, Saratoga, Schenectady, Fulton. Certainly not a hefty number of customers without power, but enough that it's noteworthy that we have these winds, which will persist into the evening, by the way. The hour-by-hour forecast showing wind gust speeds over 30 through sunset, and then we'll see the wind relax just a bit. Still a little bit blustery overnight, but not as strong as we've seen over the last 24 hours. Notice, first warning live Doppler radar, a few flurries and snow showers around, maybe a light coating in southern Vermont around the Woodford area and back out toward the southern Adirondacks. This is all a part of that lake effect action, which has been going with the strong gusty winds. That'll be around maybe for a few more hours, but eventually that wind will die out and the temperatures will drop off back through the 30s. So blustery and cold for the rest of the afternoon, chilly overnight with temperatures dropping back from our highs near 40 into the 30s, and eventually we'll bottom out in the 20s overnight. A much better day tomorrow, not because it's going to be really warm, but with less wind and more sun, it'll be more comfortable at 43. 54 Saturday, more showers come back into the picture, followed by another cool down for the second half of the weekend on Sunday. So I think the wind's going to last for a few more hours. We still have the chance, Sabrina, of a few more power outages. We've been riding, I'll check the chart right over here. We've been monitoring this. Since 11 o'clock this morning, over 1,000 customers in the capital region without power, and we're approaching 2,000 customers as the number's been growing. So we'll see if we can turn that number around as the wind starts to die out tonight.
I'll leave that 7-day up, Paul, while we chat for a second. I saw that list, by the way, and I was in your office earlier, that long list of power outages. You guys have been keeping a track of that. The Victorian Street Walk in Saratoga Springs, it starts this evening. So what do you think it's going to be like for people there?
It'll be chilly and blustery, but probably not anything more than that. I was looking at our CDPHP first warning cam, and everyone can go online and look at the camera at any time. There's been a lot of flurries around the Saratoga area. It's not adding up. So if we can maintain those flurries, and actually for once we're going to root for some light snow showers because it's probably not going to impact any travel or any plans, but it would make for a nice backdrop for the street walk.
Of course it would. Santa makes a visit there.
Yes, perfect.
The holiday feeling, a little light snow would be nice. Just get rid of this wind. My goodness, that would be perfect.
I think it will start to diminish, especially after the sun goes down.
Fantastic, Paul. Thank you so much. We'll see you live at 4. And thank you all for joining us for this 13 Now update. Again, we'll see you on air on News Channel 13 starting live at 4. I'm Sabrina Dami.